Welcome. In this video lecture, I am going to talk about regarding the gradient descent method, so which is one of the optimization algorithm used in the machine learning to solve any optimization problem. So basically, when we are talking about the optimization problem, we were trying to minimizing some loss function or a cost function, okay, which we can also use to estimate the parameters of any model. So what we will see in this video, we are going to use this gradient descent algorithm to estimate the parameters of the simple linear regression. So remember that this gradient descent is a iterative, basically model parameter estimation method. So when we are saying iteratively, so that means we are going to step by step in the different iteration, we are going to updating the parameter values and we are trying to optimize. So what would be the best beta naught and beta 1 that we would be able to minimize this, whatever the decided loss function or the cost function is. If we compare it with the ordinary least square, which we have covered in the last video, or a method of least square, so the method of least square is a one-step method. So when we are saying one step, it is basically analytically able to reach the best optimum solution or a unique solution. Okay, and it will give us the optimized or the best parameter value in one shot. Okay, whereas in a gradient descent, as we have talked about that this is the iterative method, so we iteratively going to update the parameter values. Okay, so how this algorithm is going to do? So in this algorithm, we are going to basically performing these four steps. So at a start, what we are going to do is we are going to initialize the parameter values, which is beta 1 and beta naught. If we are talking about with respect to the linear regression, simple linear regression, we are going to initialize these parameter values. So you can take any random numbers, but what I am going to do is while I'm going to solve the problem, I'm going to take the initial value of beta naught is 0 but beta 1 is equal to 1, but you can take any random number. Okay, then in the second one, you are going to decide what cost function or a loss function you are going to minimize it. Okay, with basically what cost function you are going to use to estimate this error. So in that case, I am basically using a mean square error, which is mostly used in the machine learning or the analytical world. Okay, as a cost function. So how we can calculate this mean square error? That is y, which is the actual data points, minus y hat, that is a predicted value. Okay, and if we subtract from the actual value the predicted value, which is known as the error, if we take the square and sum it up, which is known as error sum of square, which we used as a loss function in OLS or a ordinary least square, which is known as sum of square of error or sum of square of residuals. Okay, if we divide this one with the number of data points, that is called as a mean square error. Okay, whereas this y hat is equal to what? This y hat is equal to this one, which is basically beta naught plus beta 1 x. Okay, if we put over here, so we are getting this mean square error, right? So we decided that the loss function we are going to use is the mean square error. In step number 3, what we are going to use is we are going to compute the gradients with respect to beta naught as well as with respect to beta 1. Okay. So when we are saying the gradient, that means we are going to do the differentiation with respect to beta 1. Okay. So if I am going to take the derivative with respect to beta 1, what I am going to get is, so this is going to be 2, the power is going to come first. So 2 by n summation y minus beta naught minus beta 1 x. Okay, and then because we are going to, we are taking the derivative with respect to beta 1. So this term is 0, this term is 0, and while multiplying minus inside, we are going to get minus x. Okay, so this is what we have received while we were differentiating with respect to beta 1. Okay, this is the gradient for with respect to beta 1. Similarly, if I would like to get the gradient with respect to beta naught, so what I am going to get is 2 by n. So the power is going to become first summation y minus beta naught minus beta 1 x. Okay, this term is going to be 0 because there is no beta naught. This term is also going to be 0 because there is no beta naught. And when we are going to differentiate this term, which is minus beta naught, so we are going to get minus 1. So we will get this gradient. Okay. Now, once we got these gradients formulas or the values, okay, and then based on this, we are going to, in the step 4, is going to update the parameters. So the initially the parameter value we were assuming 0, 0, so you can assume any numbers. Now the new gradient would be the beta 1 would be is equal to the old beta 1 minus alpha. Alpha is a learning rate, which is a hyperparameter, okay, which we are going to decide manually, or we can use, technically speaking, the cross validation approach. So I will show you, if you are going to pick this learning rate or the hyperparameter value is smaller, what will happen. If you are going to use the larger one, what will happen. So we have to pick this value very carefully. Okay, so how we are going to pick, I will show in a minute. And this is basically the gradient with respect to beta 1. So the formula is, that is the new or the updated beta 1 would be equal to the old beta 1 minus learning rate multiplied by gradient with respect to the beta 1. So same is the case, the new beta naught would be equal to old beta naught minus alpha into the gradient with respect to the beta naught. Now let's talk about how we are going to decide the alpha. So remember that if we pick alpha too small, the gradient descent algorithm is going to work very slowly. So that means in every particular iteration, when we are going to updating the parameter, the change in those parameters are going to be quite small. Okay. So when the change in those parameters are quite small, which means you can see that these are the small steps. So that means in order to minimize that mean square error, so we are going to take much longer time, or you can say we have to do multiple number of iterations to reach that optimum point or the minimum point. Okay, if we are going to pick a very small alpha. But if we are going to pick a very large alpha, then it might be possible your algorithm is going to be zigzag form. Okay. So it might be possible in that particular case, you would might be possible not be able to reach the optimum solution, or your solution is going to be diverge. Okay. So that's why we have to pick the right alpha. Okay. So remember that the technically the best approach is the cross validation. Okay, approach you can use to pick the appropriate alpha. But right now, remember that the alpha we have, because this is a hyperparameter, so we have to pick manually. So for that, I am basically taking this example and I am going to solve this example using the gradient. So basically, I am going to use this data set to estimate the parameter values. Okay, so as you know that we have taken the mean square error as a loss function. So these are the gradient with respect to beta naught and beta 1, and these are the formulas. So what I have done is, so I have written down these values and I have picked the appropriate alpha. So I am saying that the alpha value I'm going to use is 0.01. So the initial beta naught and beta 1 is 0, 0. So you can pick any number. So that means based on these beta naughts and beta 1, our simple linear regression is going to be y is equal to 0 plus 0x. So based on that, because ultimately I need to calculate the gradient value with respect to beta naught and beta 1, so we need y hat value. So in order to calculate the y hat value, the formula is going to be equal the initial beta naught value plus the initial beta 1 value multiplied by first value of x. Okay. So after this, I am going to apply this formula on every x against the every x value. So once, because these are the zeros, so that's why we are getting these values are zeros. Okay. So the next we need to calculate y minus y hat, which is the error term. So that means 3 minus 0 is going to be 3, 5 minus 0 is going to be 5. So basically we are subtracting from this y column to y hat column. Okay. Then the next thing we need is x into y minus y hat, which is the error. So that means we are multiplying this column with this column. So we are getting x into y minus y hat. Okay. Now what we are going to calculate is we are going to calculate the gradient value, which means the gradient value of this beta naught, which is going to be equal, okay, this is going to be equal minus 2 divided by n means the number of data points, so we have 5, okay, multiply by the sum of these error values, okay, as per the formula. So what we are getting is minus 14 we are getting, okay, so that is the value of the gradient value, well, of for the with respect to beta naught. Same is the case, we have calculated the gradient value with respect to beta naught. The formula is minus 2n, so minus 2 by 5 multiply by the sum of this one, so we got minus 50. Okay, now we are in the first iteration, we are updating the parameter value. So the new beta naught is going to be, okay, so let me show you over here. The new beta naught is going to be the old beta naught. Okay, then we are doing the formula is minus. Okay, then we are multiplying with alpha, so the alpha is this one, okay, multiply by with the gradient value with respect to beta naught, so we are getting 0.14. Similarly, the new beta 1 is going to be the old beta 1 minus alpha multiply by with the gradient of beta 1, so this is minus 50, so we are getting positive zero point 0.5. Okay, so based on that, we got the new regression line. So y is equal to beta naught is 0.154, the beta 1 is 0.15. In addition to that, what we are going to do is, because we are going using the loss function as mean square error, and we our objective is to minimize it. So let's say when we having the beta naught 0 0, beta naught 0, beta 1 0, so what's the mean square error? So in order to calculate this mean square error, so the formula is the sum of square of error, so that means we are going to take the square of this column, okay, then square of this particular column values, and then we are going to calculate the average of this one, so we would be able to get the mean square error. So when the beta naught is 0, beta 1 is 0, so the mean square error is 57. Okay, now let's do the second iteration. In the second iteration, first of all, I'm once again calculating the predicted value. So the predicted value is going to be equal. Now the beta naught is 0.14 plus beta 1 is zero point 0.5 multiplied by x column. Okay, so the 1, then 2, and then so on. So we are so we are going to use this one, and now I am applying this formula on all the cells. Okay, now I am calculating the error. So y minus y hat, then y minus y hat, we got the error. Okay, before I am going to explain this part, let me calculate mean square error. So okay, so we are taking the square of this one, okay, and then we are taking the average of this error square. So we are going to get the mean square error. So if you can see that when our betas are shifted from zeros to 0.14 and 0.50, so our mean square error is reduced from 57 to 33.23. So now let me calculate the gradients in order to update these parameter value, which means we are going to update that beta naught is further is going to be improved. Okay, so how we can do that? Once again, we have already calculated this error. We need to calculate x into y minus y hat. Okay, so we are multiplying this column with this column, okay, and then we are getting in terms of beta naught, the formula is minus 2 by 5 multiplied by the sum of this one, and then for this one we are calculating minus 2 by 5 multiplied by this, the sum of this one. So we got these gradients, okay. Now, once we got the gradient, we can update the parameter value. So the new beta naught is going to be the old beta naught. So the old beta naught is 0.14 minus the value of alpha, which was 0.001. Okay. Then we are going to multiply by this one with respect to the gradient of beta naught. So we are going to get this 0.24. So if I am rounding or it, so we are getting 0.5. Okay. So same is the case. We are going to calculate the new beta 1, which is going to be the old beta 1 minus alpha multiplied by the gradient with respect to beta 1, so we got 0.88. Okay. Now, that means our regression line is further updated from 0.14 plus 0.562. Now, the beta naught is 0.25 plus the beta 1 is 0.88x. Okay. So once again, we are going to repeat this process. So if you can see, while I'm using this one, I have done the calculation. Our mean square error is further reduced from 33 to 19.38. So we will keep going doing the iteration. So I have done the 4 iterations. I hope you got the idea. So when we are going to stop, so either this mean square error or mean square error is going to be equal, then we are going to stop, or either what we are going to see is that the improvement, okay, the mean square error is reduced compared to this one is very tiny. So that means very small. Okay, so that is you can decide, either you can decide 0.0001, okay, whatever the term you are deciding. So you are going to stop when the difference between this iteration mean square error and minus the previous iteration mean square error is quite small. Then we are going to stop, and that would be our final beta naught or beta 1. So I hope you got the idea that how we can use the gradient descent algorithm in order to estimate the parameter values. So thank you so much. See you in the next video.